These are the Eclipse Grips from Porter Physed Fitness. He sent these to us to check out, and I am super excited about it, and so is my wife. Hi, I'm John Reeves III. I'm the co-founder of Garage Gym Life. And these just arrived maybe a day ago, and I've actually been looking forward to seeing these and getting these here in my gym for quite some time now, since I first heard about them. I've had Matthew Porter on my show, Up Way Too Early with Garage Gym Life, which airs every Friday. Hope you guys will tune in. He's been on the show a few times to talk about this product, so I've kind of seen this develop throughout its life cycle, from when my guy Jared Martin was able to get the first one that was essentially a prototype to this more finished version right here. And this thing is pretty cool because, as you see, let me go ahead and put it on here. It is obviously a cable attachment. Let's go ahead and throw this on this stainless steel cable stack. And you can use this to do whatever your mind can conjure up. So you can do wood chops, high to low, low to high. So that's ab work right there. Since it's down here like this, I can now also use it for tricep work, doing kickbacks. Handle feels great in my hand. Let's go ahead and put it up here, since we're talking triceps. Single arm push downs. Oh wait, I forgot. I've got two. Go ahead and throw this on here. What's more convenient than doing this? Now I get that squeeze at the bottom that you usually don't get with most tricep attachments, because you end up getting stuck right here because your torso gets in the way. Instead, you go all the way down, get full range of motion. You guys see how at the bottom it's swiveling with me along the carabiner, so I can get that final squeeze at the bottom. If I want to go heavier and focus on instead just that squeeze, I can do that. And you guys can see, if you're looking at my hands are still rotating in the carabiner, which is so many light years ahead of single cable attachments that I've seen in the past. Some people call these hammer handles. Another cool thing that Matthew told me he thought I might like to try, grab his leg holder. This is also for a Porter Physed product. Throw it on here. By the way, this is actually specially designed for the bells of steel cable stack. So Matthew's doing his thing. I'm really proud of him. So you guys may be familiar with a JM press. So a JM press is a really good tricep developer. And in fact, I'll just show you what it looks like. So it really looks like a bench press going wrong. Because like when your bench press form collapses, your forearms tend to collapse this way. So instead of coming down like you should, you come down and you collapse a little bit. Well, a JM press goes like that. Well, the thing is that that's not always, doesn't always feel great on the elbows, right? So Matthew said he was at home playing around, which is how so many great ideas are invented, and he thought about that because I specifically told him I was working on my triceps. He said, man, I'm going to send these to you and see what you think about doing a JM press with them. So let's find out. Oh yeah. And once again, I'm able to rotate my wrist. Get that last bit of flex right there. That feels pretty awesome, actually. And of course, obviously, take this back off. Of course, obviously, because you guys just saw me do that, you know that means I can also do anything like this, like a cable push out. Okay, let's say I want to go back to single arm. Okay, one arm overhead extension. You see all of the possibilities that are out there. Okay, let's say I wanted to put this down lower. We're still just doing tricep work. Really get a nice stretch. And since we're down here, you guys know about biceps, right? Perfect for doing hammer curls. Yes, you can supinate. because of how the handle rotates. Maybe come around here for a second. Just right there at that quarter. Yeah, and look at my hands. So as I come up, look how I'm able to rotate my hands to get that extra squeeze at the top. And because of this base right here, so it's a little bit offset, when I come up, it's offset loading a little bit. So it's not quite the same thing as just doing a supinated dumbbell curl. This is really, really excellent. So as I said, as soon as I got these, I immediately got excited. I said, oh, I see the possibilities. And even though I've stopped, in my head, I'm still seeing other possibilities for other exercises I could do. But my wife saw these and she was like, ooh. And she said that there were exercises that she wanted to do with it that immediately jumped out to her. And so, baby, switch places with me and you can go ahead and let them know about the exercises that were got your attention.
All right, so when this came in the box and John unpacked them, of course, as he said, the first sound out of my mouth was, ooh. What I liked about it mostly, again, because of my hand size, I like the fact that they're not intimidating, okay? It fits nice in my hands. The knurling is not aggressive. Also, again, with the stop, I love the fact that it allows me to be able to do, whether I'm doing, press downs or kickbacks, but the main thing, and for women and some guys out there too, it's this, the bun. Sometimes when having to do any kind of overhead tricep work, any kind of rope, it's always going to hit in the back of my bun. But with this, I don't have to worry about it. It is going to let me be able to get that full extension without hitting the back of my bun. It may not be a big deal for others, but for me, it is. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to wrap my hair up. And so this allows me to also transition to different moves. Like I said in my vlog, just now getting back into working out while being down for almost 2 weeks. And so today it is a lift day for me. So I will be playing with these today, just to kind of see some additional movements that I can use with it. I do like the fact that I can, again, I don't have to use the D handles. I can transition from different moves real quickly with the adjusting where it is going to be on the functional trainer. And so I am really excited about it.
All right, so that last thing you said when you were talking about, like the size of your hands is another reason why I'm super excited about this because, we've been talking for some time now about how the home gym equipment, the gym equipment industry needs to do a better job of designing products that appeal to both men and women. And I don't mean make a man's version of something, then make it pink and sell it to ladies. Right. And I also don't mean just make something smaller. What I'm saying is there are ways, as Matthew demonstrates with this product here, to make something that is appealing to both men and women. What was the thing I said the other day? Both men and women like Porsches.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so the thing is that I feel that too often companies try to make stuff that, I don't know, I guess will scare you. It's like, oh, men need to have it like super aggressive. So is this and I'm like, nah, man, I need it to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I need it to look good. And I think that you can straddle that line. You can make something look good without it being off-putting from an aesthetic standpoint to the to your wife or your husband or whatever.
You have to have something that's going to pique the interests of both partners.
Exactly.
In the home.
Exactly.
So, seeing
the
this
knurling to me
will
was
not
one thing.
intimidate me. This is not something that I would not gravitate to.
Yeah.
When planning out my workout, and it's like, okay, what attachments would I be using in a functional trainer or on the power rack, or if I'm using any other form of gym equipment? Is it something that I'm going to gravitate to? And so that's something that has to be taken into consideration.
Yeah, because I mean, so it's ironic because this is a product that needs knurling. There's knurling on so many products out there just for frivolous reasons. This is a product that I would say does need knurling, but Matthew was able to make this. He calls it's a light knurl, and I agree. This is a light knurling. There's just enough. But then he compensated for not having super aggressive knurling by giving you this wide base.
Like a
right?
bumper stop for you.
Yeah, so because the idea is you need the knurling so you don't feel like your hand's going to slip off.
Right.
But with this wide base, this is a solid steel product and it's got an aluminum base, so that way it's not super heavy either. But the wide base will keep your hand from sliding off when you're using the product.
Right.
And like when you saw it, you're like, oh, and you grabbed it, you're like, oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's not.
I'm also not worried about it popping off. If the fact
it's
that
one solid piece,
right? Because you said aluminum at the bottom, but again, I'm not worried about if I'm pulling over $300 pounds. That's going to be amazing for right now. Not yet. Who knows? But I mean,
after lunch,
or if it's just one of those days, Hulk smash. But again, it's not one of those things that if I'm using it or if you're using it and I'm in the office or upstairs, I'm not worried about this falling apart on you.
Exactly. And
you get injured.
That's a good point. It's like sometimes they make stuff for women and then they make stuff for women and then they make it flimsy. And then we make stuff for men and it's like, oh, well, I want it to be durable, but then it's like off-putting from an aesthetic standpoint. So I love that it meets the needs of both of us because this is our home gym. It's not my home gym. It's not your home gym.
Right.
This is our home gym. We train in here together. And I think that so many more companies need to do things like this. So let's go ahead and I'll just tell you about some of the other specs. I mentioned the rotating swivel head right here.
You're playing with it as we're talking. I'm okay.
I'm getting jealous. You see the swivel head. You guys saw it when we were both using it. The swivel head is a legit addition. These products are being fulfilled by F&F Steel, and so they came in a box. Very, very securely packaged. Got here and there was zero damage that I could find on these. So I was really, really pleased with the packaging. The shipping time was excellent as well. They were very communicative. F&F Steel does really good work in terms of customer service, not just in the work they do, but also in terms of customer service. And the final thing is, at first I wasn't sure about the length being so short because I was like, well, then that means I can't grip it up higher if I wanted to do other things. So let's say I wanted to do something with both hands, okay? That would be the only thing that maybe is like a con because I was talking about wood chops. Well, typically if you want to do a wood chop, you're holding it like an axe, hence wood chop, right? So you want to hold it with two hands. That is not possible this way, but you can stagger and baseball grip it a little bit like that. So
golf.
You can golf grip. That shows you I don't play any golf. Like you can hold it with both hands like this if you needed to, but really because it does have this shorter handle, you do have a little bit more leverage than you would expect or anticipate with just one hand. So you actually don't need both hands to do the wood chop motion.
Right.
And I was thinking, now my brain's working again. Like, well, what if I just put both handles on? So now I'm independently doing
tracking, but it's in one direction.
Well, actually, I was thinking about Filipino stick fighting, Sinawali.
Okay.
Like that, all right? Which is like that, right? That's one of the moves, head and six, right? Well, that's still a combat move. The point is you can do that and you still hit the core, so I could do that with it. Anyway, so I just nerded out, sorry. Anybody if you're in there screaming, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but back to this product. I think that some things... I forgot who the quote was by, but it says being brilliant in the basics. And this is a simple looking product that has a ton of technical engineering behind it. And I think that if you guys would grab one of these, we got the link in the description.
Yeah.
If you get one of these for your home gym, you're going to be satisfied. And here's my advice. Go ahead and buy two because it's going to, one is great. 10 doesn't double it. Instead, I think it would 10x your potential for getting use out of this product. So that's my advice to you. Don't get one, dose.
Yep.
You got two hands.
Makes sense.
There's a connection.
Yep.
Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Matthew, thank you again, man.
Look forward to using it.
Yes, sir. Peace
Bye.
out.